Hey, Jordan with Pinebox here. Welcome to the first vlog of 2022. If you have been around for a while, you may remember that I did a vlog in the summer of 2020. For a pretty short while. I don't remember the exact number, maybe 5 or 6 videos, something like that. At that time I was doing so much enclosure work and printing and design work. Pretty much everything revolved around pedals for a number of other people. When time was limited and I need to allocate time to a certain spot, I couldn't do it to videos versus, a paying customer. So, it folded. It didn't work out. It wasn't something that I could do long term. The initial vlog, I had several things that I was working on that, let me show you how I screen print boxes. Let me show you how I powder coat and a shop tour and different things, and that can only last for so long. The purpose of the vlog for me is to bring you in kind of to my day-to-day routine and give you a better look at me as a company, me as a person, and also to document this part of my life. I'm overall really happy right now, and my life is in a good place. I'm doing what I love, however slow the market is right now, and I have a beautiful 3-year-old son who is mostly a joy to be around. I get to spend tons of time with him since I work from home, and just doing day-to-day stuff. It's summertime, it's nice weather, I'm outside most of the time that I'm not working, and bring you along. So the vlog, it's not really feasible to only bring you into the most interesting parts of my life. That's cool and that's fine, but I think that most of us would find that in years of time you'd only have a few videos worth of content that you thought was really truly interesting, and what in reality what's more interesting is just kind of stepping into another person's shoes and kind of seeing what they do. So that will be kind of the objective here, is to just bring you along as much as I can. I'm probably not going to bring my big camera rig around, and I'm not going to buy any more equipment. I have too much camera equipment, and I'm not going to buy any more. So if I'm out and about, I might film something on my phone. If I'm in the shop, I'll use my camera, or if I'm at home, I'll use my better camera and things like that. And I'm going to try to basically make it so that I have no excuse not to film what I'm doing, if that makes sense. So yeah, today I am tasked with updating my graphic design profile. This is something that I have not done since 2019. I believe it was the end of 2019. And being fairly new to graphic design, or at least the digital aspect, being fairly new, my skills have improved quite a bit since the last time I did my portfolio. So in fact, I scrapped everything that was on my old portfolio. So going through a portfolio after several years is pretty fun, because 1, you can see how your work has progressed, and 2, you can see you can go back and see some maybe unfinished ideas, or not unfinished necessarily, but things that you can take to another level and kind of bring what you know now into it, and maybe make it better and continue the use for a little longer. So yeah, I got a tip from a friend for a job, graphic design job, which I would love to do more of. I pretty much just go word of mouth right now. It's not something that I've really spoken a lot about, and I get a decent amount of requests for graphics for different things. I've done coffee brands, I've done pedals, I could look more. I've done a lot of packaging, tons of packaging, which is pretty fun. because it's a pretty large canvas and I don't have to work around very much. Stickers, t-shirts, you know, pretty much anything under the sun I have done at one point or another. And I really enjoy it. So when I am looking to update a portfolio, I know probably what I would want to do is take a look at the client's work, or else if they don't have work yet, kind of try to get an idea from them what they're looking at, and preferably with some examples of other stuff. So get an example of that work, and probably what you should do if you want the job is take your stuff that is most similar to that client, and you know, that's what you show them. For me, because if I'm not intrigued by the work, then I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm not going to feel creative. You know, I'd make a shitty graphic designer in that way, I guess. But usually that's not an issue. But what I'm going to do is I will show my latest stuff. So everybody, you know, in any kind of creative field, you kind of go through phases where, like, in the winter I was really into drawing mushrooms, and then summer before that I was drawing hot dogs and pizza and whatever else, and the summer before that I was drawing arms and legs and hands and no faces. And you know, just you go through these phases in life. So if I get hired this month to do like some work, I want to show them like where my mind is currently at and what's likely to come out of me at this moment. And it could be that, you know, inspiration takes hold and I take it in a different direction, but I've been pretty stuck on like brighter nature colors and not using black as much, using like a dark navy for all of my detail and things like that. So that's what I'm going to show them, just because if I show them that something that I did, you know, 4 or 5 years ago that was like really grungy or something, and they want that, I'm probably not at a place in my life that I can duplicate that. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm looking at the Wild series. Those were some of the more recent additions to my portfolio, I guess. Free shit, some different sticker designs, and some packaging designs. I'll drop some up on the I'll find out how to do it, put some on the screen for you to see some of my favorite pieces anyways. So yeah, that's probably about it. I'll leave you with those incomplete thoughts on graphic design. I very briefly had this idea. It's not well thought out quite yet, but the basic idea is, we've all seen the refinishing jobs. So you have like an old tobacco burst strat or something like that, and then someone painted it candy apple red, or it was like that from the factory and years of play wore it off. So the idea is not to start from scratch. The idea is to take my freshly UV printed enclosures. I have a couple. I don't have a lot to spare, but I have a few that I can experiment with. So the idea is to do a refinishing job like you would see on that. So I'm thinking the way to go about this is to clear coat first. So clear coat the entire thing just to give like a little bit of protecting, and then maybe wrap a couple other spray paint colors around it, and then not sand it off, but maybe buff it off. I feel like that's going to take too long. I played with one a couple of days ago, very briefly, and it did not work out. Let's see if it'll focus. It's pretty cool, really, but it doesn't give me the feeling of like it's been wiped off over years, which is really what I want. So I'm gonna try at least one more, and I wonder if I can do a really light burn with the Glowforge. Maybe like add in like a vector texture or something and burn it off in the Glowforge. It would work, but it would have to be a really precise, like specific thickness of paint, and also the settings would have to be spot on. But the idea here was to have, let's see, like that, and then I made these little emblems on the Glowforge that you can attach like that. And you know, it's not going to be for everybody, but it's slow and I feel like messing with the shit. So here we go. It's not the greatest thing that I've ever seen, but it's pretty cool. Anytime I do something like this, I don't get that worried about it, because there's always someone who, well, this will be the coolest thing they've ever seen. And I don't think it's my thing yet. But you know, anytime you're trying to figure something out, you cannot be afraid to you know, mess something up, because you know, I've messed up more things than I've made good things in life, I can assure you. And eventually what happens is you'll make something that was worth making, and then the other stuff you throw in the trash can and forget about. And you know, in 2 weeks, I will forget that I ruined any enclosures.
Let's try right there. Okay, let's let that dry. That's pretty cool.
We will set that one over there to dry. Alright, we're going to try it with Motel. And I'm going to try painter's tape, because I know that'll come off cleanly without messing up the UV print. So the main objective here is to like cover, you know, some areas that you want to keep a little bit. And that should work well. The only issue I see is that if I have like straight edges where it's clearly tape, that's gonna annoy me. So if you can get the tape edges to look good enough, that should be a non-issue. And I think I can achieve that by just kind of scuffing up the edges a little bit. And maybe putting like some little random pieces here and there. I feel like that should work. We'll try it.
Now, the lids are pretty cool because I can definitely burn those in the glow torch. And of course, I'll do some kind of like custom shop something.
Now the question is, should I peel off that tape, add different tape, and then spray the rest? Or should I kind of make a natural barrier? I would kind of like the main color to be white, but I've already sprayed white. So I feel like I should let it dry and do red. I'm actually really don't have much spray paint and I'm not going to go buy it to test. So let's try. I'm going to leave the tape and then spray the red after this dries, and then just try to eat the edge away really lightly with sandpaper to pull the red back and show more white. I think that's the way. So while I'm waiting on that to dry, I haven't cleaned this shop in like 3 weeks. There's shit here, there's shit here, and all of this needs to be cleaned up and inventoried. I ran a big reverb sale, then I was out of town for a week, and then I've just had too much going on. So it's kind of a mess. So now that the shop is semi-clean, mostly clean, minus it needs like a pretty big, you know, like every now and then you have to get into the nooks and crannies and see where you crammed shit that you thought you wouldn't need. And if you find something, it's a good rule of thumb. If you find something and you're like, oh, I didn't know this was there, or I didn't know I still had that, throw it away. It's no good. If you don't know that you needed it, toss it. Keeps everything clean, makes for a better workflow. I can't stress how much like basic organization helps just with everything, like warranty work, doing stuff on time. It keeps everything moving fluidly. That's all I'll say about that. So the paint is still not dry. We'll probably save that for another day. I have 2 warranties that came in, I don't know, sometime over the last couple of months. And I really hadn't had time to mess with them. One of them I was waiting on boards to come in, and the other one just came in. So let's talk briefly about warranty stuff. One of these came in, was not bought through me, which is perfectly fine. It was bought off Reverb. And Reverb's fantastic. I love like having the ability to not really lose money on stuff, but I do get quite a bit of inquiries on like pedals that are in non-working form when they get them, and I assume what happens is someone blows it up, like plugs in the wrong power supply, and then sells it at, at a major loss, and tells the people they can send it to me to have it fixed, whatever. I'm not really positive. And then what happens is that person, gets in contact with me and finds out that I do not do that for free. So if you buy something off Reverb, like, that's great. But when you do buy something, you're buying it at a discount, like a lot of times not even that much of a discount, and kind of what you're losing, at least with a small builder like me, is you are losing the warranty for one, like it's non-transferable, and that goes without saying. Like, I can't track things. Like, I've actually had one returned to me that was stolen. I can't keep track of it. It's non-transferable warranty. If you buy it secondhand, you may save $20, and that $20 is really meaning that you're not going to get like free repairs. You're not going to get quite the same like attention, and that's not me being an asshole. That's just how it works. I can't really focus that much on stuff that has been out, for a number of years, while it's just me. If I ever hire employees or anything, I'll probably amend that to limited lifetime. The issue with limited lifetime is like this one that came in, I'm perfectly happy to fix it, but I don't even have the PCBs anymore. The original transistors I can't get anymore, so I almost can't repair it. I'm gonna have to like pull the guts out of my personal one and put in there, more than likely, or at least take the transistors out. So, lifetime warranty is not always gonna work. Now, with warranty stuff, as a customer, pretty much anybody will fix your stuff. So with me, when it comes in secondhand, I do not mind at all fixing it. You are just going to be expected to pay the shipping, and you are going to be expected to pay, I say pay a bench fee. I really don't charge for it, pretty much never. I think I've done it once or twice, but I will make you pay for like the replacement parts. So whatever this costs me, you're gonna pay for that, and you're gonna pay for shipping, and my time is usually free, which is fair. Now, this guy sent it neatly packed. He sent his address, like everything, information on the pedal, and his address, how to get in contact with him and everything is right there. So I do not have to search for anything. I don't have to troubleshoot it. I know what the issue is. I'm not going to have to like send an email to collect payment or anything. Like, everything is already there and done. This guy sent one in. He did not even email me first, which is preferred, just because there's no reason. Like, everything is on my site, so ship it in with a note, which he did. He provided his original receipt, which means he's an original customer. Tells me what's going on with it briefly, address, number, everything, good to go. So what happens is these two have made my life really easy. Like, you wouldn't believe how many people say it's not working or something, and I get the pedal and it's working. So, like, what's not working? Can you give me like a little more detail than that? And when people tell me exactly what's going on, they send their address, their phone number, or their email address, or anything like that, package it neatly, like, I can have these out immediately. When that happens, I don't charge for it. I just don't care at that point. Like, you're my customer, you're supporting me, you're taking care of me and not making me like chase you to figure out like where you live or where I can send this to and things like that. So you don't get charged. So anyone reading a warranty like that, a lot of times smaller builders get flack for not having like the warranty that larger companies have, and most of the time we just can't afford to operate that way. However, as long as you do what you know you need to do and what is listed on the website, you'll get taken care of. Like, nobody is making money off of doing warranty work. Like, if I charge you $30-$40, I'm really giving you my time for free. I haven't made any money on it, so it just makes me happy. So these will be shipped for free. Anyways, that is just another long-winded something I wouldn't say irritated about. I don't get that many warranties. I check everything before it leaves. This motel I'm about to do was actually lost in the mail, so it's not even really a warranty, but I need to, send the customer a new one. And warranties aren't a huge headache, but they are a headache when 99% are reverb customers or secondhand customers that bought a pedal knowing that it did not function and want me to repair it for free. That it just doesn't. That's like me doing a 50% discount year round and making. There's no way for me to like make a living doing that. So that's enough on that. I'm gonna get in here and get these fixed up. Probably need to give them a quick listen to make sure that everything is good with them. And here's another one, for example, a discontinued siren. I don't have any boards, I don't think, but both of these are brand new. They never left the shop, so I can always swap it with one of those. And one's even the same color. So let's get to it.